Hey guys, welcome back to part 8 of Wuchang Fallen Feathers Trophy Guide and Walkthrough. When you're done at your shrine, go to the right of the shrine and go up the hill. It looks like we're in a cave, but we're actually about to be outside, so if it looks a little dark, don't worry too much. Give it just a couple of seconds and we'll be back out in the bright light. When you get out of this cave and come up to the top, you'll see there's a brick building. Go off to the path on the left and you'll see an item that you can pick up. There's nothing else here, so we'll go ahead and enter this brick building now. When you come inside of here, you can go straight out or you can climb the stairs to the left. Let's go up the stairs. Way on the other side, there's an enemy, but to the left, there's an item to pick up here. Straight in front of us, there is a golden item, which is a new benediction. And then off to the right, there's a dog here and another one sleeping. So you can take care of those guys and pick up the item. And then there's a slope that goes down here. You can just go down the stairs. And it takes you to the outside of the building. When you come around, be careful, there's a guy throwing fire up there. You'll have to dodge away from it as he throws it. You can come up and take care of him. He's not hard. And there's nothing else up here. We'll have to go down and open up that door. You see all the yellow papers that are marked all over? You need to open up this door. There's 2 enemies inside of here. Just take them out. And then you can go up the stairs. I think those papers, they had papers similar to that in Black Myth Wukong. I don't know if they were yellow. I want to say they were purple. I could be wrong. I think they're like warding spells or something. Anyway, once you come up here, you can exit out that doorway or you continue going up. I'm going to continue going up. There is a strong enemy up here, and this is good practice because you're going to run into a whole bunch of these guys later on, and it's rather good to get an idea of how they move. There are several items up here as well. And then once you're finished up here, now we can head down that flight of stairs and take the exit. This is going to lead us over a bridge. Be careful while you're crossing the bridge because to the left there's someone shooting and you don't want to get shot at. You want to dodge away from that. There's a guy here at this fire pit. And up above us, there's a guy holding a torch. He's going to come running after us and try to attack us with his fire. None of these guys are really difficult, but they can be annoying. Once you come up here, be careful, there's a guy shooting at you from up above here, so you're going to have to take him out. Beware, there are 2 enemies to the left sitting at the fire. Once you've taken care of them, we have to go up again. And there will be a dog here as well as a shielded enemy. He's the same guy we fought when we detoured upward. It's the same type of guy, but this one has a really big shield protecting him. Do your best with him. If you don't want to take him out, you can outrun him because we're going to a ladder. And he's not going to climb that ladder. So once you come up and around, you'll go in this cave and climb up the ladder. You can run past all those enemies and get up this ladder before having to fight anybody if you want to. It is completely up to you. Me, I am trying to upgrade everything as quickly as possible, so I'm not skipping any fights. This is a new area, the Tang Emperor's Palace. Once you come down the stairs, turn to the right, and there's a turtle here. You want to make sure to grab the item on the turtle's back. This is the Incense burner, and it is essential for the shops. I don't remember if it's Tao or Wuchang who needs it, but one of them needs that incense burner to upgrade the shop, so you need to grab it. When you cross the little wooden bridge, we're going to talk to Xuanyangzi again. He is just everywhere. He's all over the place, all the time. So stop and have a couple words with him. He'll give you a couple of pills, and then we can continue on our way. Now be careful once you get close to the end of this path. There are traps here along the road, and you'll want to exit to the right through this doorway. You can actually run past all these enemies up the stairs that are on the right if you want to. None of them will notice you, or you can take out all the enemies. It's completely up to you. I know after a couple of times of dying in this area and being respawned all the way back at the Soulwood boss, there's only so many times I can fight these guys. I just started running past them because it got very frustrating. But for your first time, you might want to take them out so that you can pick up all of the items. So once you're done, go up the stairs. And you can go to the left and right on this first floor here. There are enemies on both sides, and there are items on both sides. I like to come and take this guy out first, who's sitting by the fire, because it's a strong enemy hiding in this corner. I think when I use the fire spell, it makes him mad. They're not too difficult. It takes a lot of dying to learn their moveset, you know. And if I can... Oh, I was trying to get him through those barrels there, but he caught me slipping. And then be careful when he's holding up his shield like that and you hit him straight on. He can deflect your attack. So once he's done for, there's an item over here on this drum, or I guess it's a drum, I'm not sure. And then you can go around to the other side. There's one of those heavy guards patrolling up there, so I'm just looking to make sure that he's not going to come after me when I run past. So over here, there's a dog and 2 men. Not hard at all. Just take them out. Shouldn't be any problem. And then around the back of that tent is an item. Again, these are all like very small consumable items. If you don't want to bother with this, you don't have to. Now we're heading back. We're going to go up, and I like to come up from the right because there's a guy hanging out right here. We want to take him out from behind as quickly as possible, grab his item, and then you can come back around where we were. There's an item over here behind where that guy is. Now, I'm gonna be like kind of creepy-ish, you know, like hiding behind stuff because that big armored guy is there and he is a royal pain. So I'm gonna kind of hang out here, but in a couple seconds you're gonna see a cut because I died anyway. And actually, I died at very high madness, so there's a demon that's gonna spawn. It's an inner demon. So it's only going to be there if you've died. Now, if you run over to the right side over here, that heavily armored enemy is not going to see you. So I'm trying to lure that demon over here because I want her to fight these guys. There's two guys here that were guarding that chest, and I want her to fight them. I don't want her coming after me, and I don't want them coming after me because I would definitely die if I had to fight all three at once. So now they're attacking her, but I need her to attack them instead of me, which I think is going to happen right about here. So we'll just let them fight it out. I figured that guy would go first because he's very weak. But now I need her to fight this big guy. And sometimes it is nice to just watch him, because it's weird. To see NPCs fight each other that normally would go after you, I do find it very strange. It's not something that I've seen often. Maybe it does happen in some games, but in my experience in the games I typically play, they make a beeline for me. They don't care at all about each other. So yeah, it's different and interesting to see. So since they pretty much took care of each other, it was a one-hit thing to get through this. And now we can safely open up this chest. And inside is Jade Pendant number 9. So from here, we're going to do quite a bit of exploration. I don't think we have anything trophy related until about the 20-minute mark. So for the next 8 minutes or so, we're just going to be doing normal exploration, getting through the areas we need to get through to get through the story path. And all the items that we're picking up are going to be just your typical consumable items, nothing out of the ordinary or crazy rare or anything like that. So I'm hanging out over here because that heavily armored guy is still patrolling. You can see him. I sped it up because his pathing takes a little while. I'm trying to avoid him. So I'm letting him go back. He always goes down the middle aisle. So if you're on the left side or the right side, he's not going to see you. So you don't need to worry about that. Here, I came over from where we exited to the left because I know there's an item here on this bridge. I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to run over to the opposite side. He's not going to see us. And we need to go through this break in the wall. You can see there's a bird on top that gives an aurum feather. Be careful because on the left there's a dog and on the right there's a man. So don't do like me and end up surprised. When you go inside this hut here, you can see that there's an item straight ahead. No enemies, but there's a glowing object on a pedestal and another item over in this corner. Now I'm going to come back and read this twice. I don't think it's super important for anything, but the next item that we have coming up around the 20-minute mark is a riddle. And we need to get the riddles correct for a trophy, so it would be a good idea to read everything. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So I went back and read it again. Over here, you want to go up this wooden platform to the left and take this guy out because he's going to make your life miserable if you don't. Come back down, and when you enter this little gazebo area, you get another one of these poison jar enemies. You don't want that guy shooting fire at you while you're also trying to avoid being poisoned. Once you take out that enemy, you get a faint red feather and a bunch of other consumable items. There's also an item inside. I really need to change out my sword. I really do. Sometimes foreknowledge can be frustrating when you're looking backwards. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you haven't changed out your sword yet, you need to do that because the other long sword that we got is so much better. So anyway, go upstairs around the roof and then climb down the ladder. And to the right, there's an enemy hanging out right here, just waiting to ambush you. Once you take him out, that's going to aggro this heavily armored guy over here. So do your best to take him out. They're just annoying, you know? They're just annoying. Let's go back over to where that guy tried to ambush us. Come up these steps here. And there's an item in this little courtyard area. You can hear some whistling. That's why I'm looking around above me, because I can hear the whistling. The bird is going to be over to the left. I don't think I'm going to see him right away. I just saw him at the corner of my eye, but I don't think I saw him while I was recording. So you can go straight and climb that ladder if you want to bypass all of this, but we don't want to bypass anything. So we're going to come over to this red door and unlock it. And once you open it up, this should look familiar. This is over by the bamboo forest. To the right, that's where Yangzi was there, and we talked to him. We had come down those stairs. So this area should look familiar to you. I said we'd come back and open up this door, and we just did. Everything kind of folds in on itself and connects. So when you come back through that red door, go to the right and up the stairs, and the red bird is right underneath you on this kind of short wall. So take him out, get the aurum feather, and then continue up the stairs. And as you come around this building, beware, there's a trap right there, and there are some enemies inside of here. They're not really hard, but we're going to take these guys out. There's not too much in here, just one little consumable item. And then we'll need to exit. So we came around the back, and then you can see there's a path going over there. We need to go back through that building and go up some wooden boards to get over to that path. You can see up here on the right. Now this guy, he's going to start walking when we get close. You can sneak up on him and get rid of him, but be careful. There are traps all over on this path. To the right, there are two enemies talking to each other. You're going to want to get rid of them. And it's easier if they don't see you coming. Continue along this path. And we're going to turn to the right. There's like a, I guess it's like a pagoda. And there's an enemy hanging out up here. He's a little bit tougher than the others. And has a higher health bar. So do be careful when you're fighting him. It can be quite a pain. I did die to him a couple of times, but he's not terrible. You just have to try and get your timing right. Once you're done with that, you can go down the stairs behind where he was. And when you come down here, to the right, you're going to see this strange door. This is a riddle door. And when you activate it, it will give you a riddle. Once you read the riddle, you have to answer correctly. And you want to choose the Winged Ascension. That's the correct answer, which will open up the door. And once it's open, you'll see there's an item on the inside. This is a benediction. So at this point, I'm not sure if this counts as a benediction gate because you have to open all the benediction gates, but I would think it does. Even though it's a riddle door, pretty sure it counts as a benediction gate. Anyway, continue along the path. There's going to be a guy out here waiting for you. If you go over to the right, this is where we would have come out if we would have climbed that ladder. So I'm going to walk up here and show you. There's an item up here as well. You can see that ladder. Oh, I don't think we can climb up it. I think we have to knock it down. Anyway, I didn't knock it down. Anyway. Yeah, so that if you knock that ladder down, it's a shortcut to get back to where you came from. You can come up these stairs and you can see there's this really large building here. We're not going to go inside of it just yet. First, you want to look to the right and there's a bird that gives an arm feather, so take him out. And if you come over here, you can see there's a pond. We're going to deal with that later. We have to go inside this building first. It looks like a trap because it is a trap. You can see there's an item in there and we're going straight in. Once you come in, you're going to get a cutscene and you may remember the Tang Palace Maid, the very first little kind of mini boss that we ever got. Yep, this is her in all her glory and she's way harder. So you're probably going to die a lot. That is okay. It's not a big deal. You just have quite a walk from the last shrine. But she's very tough. Once you learn her moveset, you'll be okay. She does a lot of spinning around. But the more that you fight her, the more you'll get used to how she fights. And you'll be able to time your spells better, and if you're going to fight her with your weapon, you can time that better as well. She's actually going to take less time than the Soulwood boss took, if that can be believed. And she's so much harder than him. I guess that's just the name of the game. I am eating all my bunny buns. I think I don't know if I have any I don't know if I have any mana left. Anyway, really just learn her moves. She does a lot of the spinny things. You do have to be careful with the spells because she moves around so much. And it does get worse. As time goes on, her movements get more unpredictable. When she does that, when she kind of spins around away from you, she's getting ready to do this attack where she spins quite a bit. Right whenever she does that final plunging attack, you'll want to use your spell. And when she runs right at you, she can grab you. See that? You want to dodge away from her every time she does that, because when she grabs you, it's game over. I'm trying to stay away from her because I know she's about to do something stupid like that. Like she'll spit a spell at you. And trying not to get locked up behind a door like that, because that can be a death sentence too. And of course she dodged my spell, because why wouldn't she? She has only a sliver of health left.
Oh, don't be filthy now.
Oh, I do have some mana. And she's just easily dodging all of my hits. So she's difficult in that way, I guess. I keep trying to get away from her and not get pinned up against a wall, but it's very hard. This isn't the best boss arena. There we go. She's gonna drop the Tang Palace Maid armor set, and she's also gonna give you a key to unlock the door, along with a whole bunch of other things. You're gonna want to check out all of the items in here. This paper that I'm reading is very good if you like lore and story. We do not get a trophy for defeating her, by the way, if you didn't notice. You want to come over here, open up the golden chest, and grab the Lost Remains. I'm sorry if I say them wrong. I know I've said Forgotten Remains and, you know, it's Lost Remains. I think you guys know what I mean. You can grab that item that we saw glowing before we entered. It is red mercury, and then you can come and unlock the door. And we're going to make our way to the next shrine. We're going to take a very small detour, but ultimately that's where we're going. So when you exit, you want to exit to the left. Now be careful, there's a guy that will shoot you from up top if you try to go down the stairs. So for now, let's climb up the stairs. We're going to take him out so that it's a little bit easier for us to get around without being shot at. We have enough to worry about without that. And this is the guy. Just get rid of him, and then we can head back down the ladder and go check out the couple of things that we haven't done yet. Man, my character is very bloody. Very bloody. Head down the stairs. Be careful, there are traps everywhere, and there are lots of oil drums, so that's a pretty big explosion if you accidentally set off a trap. There's a guy hanging out here, and there's a little further ahead, there's a guy and a dog. You're going to want to take both of them out before going any further, because there's a heavily armored enemy up there sitting down, and there's also one with fire that's patrolling. I think the fire guy's going to see us first. The bad thing about him is when he sees you, he puts up an alert. So, like, he's going to alert that heavily armored guard. So, they're both going to come at us at the same time. It's better to take him out before he alerts anybody if possible, but that was impossible because of the positioning. So, now we have this heavily armored guy, which he doesn't seem to have a shield, which is good. Makes things a little easier for us. And they're not as hard as they used to be, I must say. I think part of that is just because I've gotten better at dealing with them. Once he's gone, you can pick up all the items around here. Go over to where they were. There are more items. On this table, there is a consumable. And then around up this little flight of stairs and up this plank of wood, there's a purple item. This is a faint red feather. You do not have to come over here and collect these items if you don't want to, but I don't like to leave anything behind. I'm a game hoarder, so I'm the one that saves all the magnum ammo until the boss fight, and then I end up only using like 3. If I use it at all. Anyway, just come back over here and climb up this ladder again. Once you get up to the top on this roof, we're going to take the path around to the right. And once you get over here, you're going to see the shrine right ahead of you. We're going to go up to this. This is shrine number 10. Offer up some blood to clear out all that purple mist. could have just wrung out her dress. There was plenty of blood on that. And since we had a boss there, we have a red mercury essence already, and you could probably make some more if you need to. So go ahead and upgrade yourself as needed. Over here, I'm going to look at my tempering just to see if I have any needles. I do have another needle. I have the agility equipped right now, but there's also a strength needle. So if you have that as well, you can choose whatever's going to fit your playstyle best. And again, I'm back in the impetus. I'm really just trying to get an idea of where things are, because over here in this tree in particular, you can buy tempering needles and you can open up tempering slots. So I'm just trying to figure out if they have that anywhere else, if I need to be focusing on some other weapon. Now I'm in the benedictions. We have a lot of benedictions by now, so this is probably a really good time for you to go in and change up what you have, because for the most part we didn't have much, so we just kind of used what we had. But now there's a lot to choose from, a lot more to choose from. So go in, check these out, pick the ones that fit your playstyle the best, and make sure to slot them into your weapon. And don't forget to hit that R2 and L2 button, because you have 3 different categories for benedictions. It's not just the first one that pops up. So yeah, there's a lot of help that you can get by doing things this way. And if I was smart, I would have changed out my weapon before I did these benedictions, but it's coming. We're getting close to the end here, and we're going into video 9. I know I'm going to be switching up my weapon soon. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to, because the next boss is the first really, really, really tough boss. Nothing else even compares. Nothing else compares. So get ready for that, because this is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and remember to join me back here in part 9. Until then, Khajiit always has wares.